It's also the beginning of a new path in life for each of you. As you consider your future, please keep in mind, true happiness does not lie in leading self-centered or a selfish life. It lies in forgetting of oneself through enjoying the understanding the lives of others. We need to stick with things a little longer, not give up so soon, and give ourselves a little extra push when needed. Every push in the right direction adds to our happiness in life. Be willing to try new ideas and challenges that may not have been attractive to you before. Recognize the contributions of others that are making on your behalf, and many of them are assembled here today. Learn how to express gratitude. We all make mistakes. The most successful people learn from those mistakes. Abraham Lincoln once said, "A child is a person who is going to carry on what we have started. The fate of humanity is in his hands." Ladies and gentlemen, I am confident that these young adults assembled before us this afternoon in their well-deserved caps and gowns will continue to bring happiness to all of us. Thank you.
Pride that I call on Michael Raymond Ferguson, valedictorian of the class of 2011, to deliver his address.
Parents, family members, teachers, administrators, and honored guests, I would like to begin by thanking each and every one of you for all of the love and support you have given us over these past 4 years. Without your constant encouragement, we likely would not be here today to walk across this stage. We cannot thank you enough. The young men and women in the audience today have reached a milestone, one that unlocks many opportunities for years to come. Of course, these 4 years have not been easy. We have each had our own personal struggles, our own trials and tribulations. It is no secret that countless obstacles had to be overcome to reach this point. It is no secret that many more await us in the years to come. It should be obvious that we have just finished a significant part of our life's journey, just as it should be obvious that the next part of this journey is about to begin. The rowdy freshmen who entered Wayne just 4 years ago have matured into bright, confident young adults. It is no surprise that this transformation has been strenuous. It is no surprise that there have been bumps along the way. What may surprise you, however, is just how much these graduates, just how much the Wayne High School class of 2011 can do. We have passed our classes, we have taken our tests. We have shown our teachers, and we have shown the state of Ohio that we have the tools required to succeed in the world. But wait, there's more. Seated before you are 494 high school graduates. In this crowd, we have scholars. In this crowd, we have athletes. In this crowd, we have scientists. We have writers. We have artists, we have musicians, singers, dancers, and actors. For some, the coming years will be spent in college, furthering our education. Others will venture into the workplace to provide the goods and services that power our nation. Some of the brave men and women in the audience this afternoon will be putting themselves in harm's way to protect our freedoms and serve the country we all love. Graduates, we enter adulthood in uncertain times. The world is fraught with conflict and strife. Natural disasters, wars, political squabbles, and a poor economy all threaten our way of life. Indeed, it may seem sometimes as though we face a drought of good news, where every young adult hopes to find a paradise ripe with opportunities on their graduation day. We may think to ourselves that we've been left only a desert. Let us consider, however, the words of French author Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. What makes a desert beautiful is that somewhere it hides a well. Somewhere, graduates, there is a well, and someday each of you will find it. It may be next week, next month, next year, or even decades from now, but each of you will find your well, find your dream job, find a spouse and start a family, pursue your true passion in life. Yes, the desert may be hot. Yes, the desert may be dry and uncomfortable, but keep searching, graduates. Your well is out there. And yet, the notion that there is some perfect well of opportunity in the vast desert may leave some of you feeling a little empty. I don't blame you. After all, even the most beautiful of wells still leaves you in the middle of a dry, sandy desert. Nobody wants to live their whole life amongst the sand dunes, and we certainly don't want future generations to find themselves in that same desert years from now. So how do we make it better? How do we improve this desert with nothing but sand, cacti, and maybe some rocks? Again, we turn to the words of de Saint-Exupéry. A rock pile ceases to be a rock pile the moment a single man contemplates it, bearing within him the image of a cathedral. Graduates, we can make this desert better. We can overcome the heat and the wind, and we can transform this desert into the paradise we all aspire to live in. All we must do is imagine. All we must do is see the rock piles as more than just piles of rocks. See the cathedrals, see the castles, see the grand cities concealed within the rocks. Find the wells hidden in the desert. Graduates, 5 years from now, this speech will not matter. 20 years from now, these words will probably have faded from memory entirely. But this speech is not what matters. This ceremony is not what matters. Today, our graduation day is not what matters. What does matter, graduates, is what we do after today, what we do tomorrow. What will you do with the rest of your life? Will you create new technologies? Will you develop a public policy that shapes our nation? Will you teach future generations all around the world? Will you eradicate disease, eliminate poverty, raise the standard of living for yourselves and your children? Will you see your cathedrals in the rock piles? Will you find your wells in the desert? Wayne High School Class of 2011, thank you and congratulations.
Your class gifts.
Good afternoon. My name is Mariah Watts. As class treasurer, I have the honor of presenting our class gifts. But before I do, I would like to recognize a couple of very special people who are missing from the audience. School board member James Hart and school secretary Wanda Cernick. This year we lost two exceptionally important people, and we decided as a class to give back to our school with them in our minds and in our hearts. Many of you may know him as Coach Jim, Dad. He cared about our community and its schools, even planning on giving the commencement address on this very day. At almost every graduation, he'd be one of the first to shake the hands of new graduates. His concern was the children, and he enjoyed judging our local science fairs. With the hope to make a positive difference in the lives of students, he started a program called No Child Left Unfed. This program provides lunch to children of Huber Heights City Schools who wouldn't be able to afford it otherwise. Mr. Jim Hart has made a lasting impact in our lives, and he has been one of Class of 2011's top supporters throughout the years. I'd like to ask Mrs. Susan Hart to accept this donation to No Child Left Unfed in his honor.
On behalf of Jim Hart, your friend, your coach, and your mentor, I thank the class of 2011 for this generous donation, and Jim's memory will live on. Thank you.
Our next gift is in honor of our school secretary, Miss Wanda Cernick. Ms. Cernick was also heavily involved with athletics as a parent and avid Wayne supporter. With the biggest heart, her smile and welcoming presence made Shank Hall. She often gave students money for lunch or just a class t-shirt. To remember Ms. Cernick and keep her alive at Wayne, a group of teachers got together and formed a committee called Ask Wanda. These teachers will pull their money together to help students with financial problems and buy things they cannot afford. Ms. Cernick had always been there for her students, and her friends have made a way for her to continue being there. Would Mrs. Carrie Koenig please come accept our donation to Ask Wanda?
Wanda would like to thank everybody for this generous gift. And if Wanda was here, I'm sure she'd tell you how proud of each and every one of you she was.
Now, I'm sure you've all heard of or seen the new high school being built. Currently, Wayne is filled with artwork painted by previous students in many of the school hallways, and unfortunately, these can't be brought along. So to add to the warrior feel of the new school, class of 2011 would like to make a donation for the new artwork for the entrance lobby. I would like our principal, Dr. Reba Cosby, to please come accept this check on behalf of Wayne High School.
I would just like to invite all of the graduates to come back and visit the school. This will be your alma mater. It'll be your home, so please come and visit us. Thank you for this generous donation.
Now, we would like to give a gift to a special senior from the class, the senior cabinet. So.
Hello. In case you do not know me, my name is Jennifer Berkey, and I am here representing this year's senior cabinet as we choose to recognize one of our most treasured faculty members. At this time, I would like Reba Cosby to come and stand next to the podium. We have heard Dr. Cosby speak many times of how she feels a special connection to our class. 4 years ago, when she came to the school, it was the same time that we had. So in a way, we shared freshman year with our dear principal. Little did we know how great of a principal we were receiving. Dr. Cosby has been very caring of students' needs, and we know if we ever had a problem, her door will be open to us to talk about it. She's been very enthusiastic in encouraging us to participate in extracurricular activities. Just one example is how she came with us on a New York City trip with the choirs last year. And during said trip, this graduate personally learned how great of a person and how fun Dr. Cosby is to be around, as well as how great of advice she can give. She also has put a great deal of effort over these past few years into improving Wayne and making it truly a better place to learn, one of which is a plan recently enacted to better enforce the rules at Wayne. This plan wasn't popularly received by the students, but Dr. Cosby held her ground on the issue, which is something that deserves respect. Now, 4 years later, here we all stand, the end of our senior year, all of us. And we get to celebrate the end of our senior year by receiving many nice things from friends and family. They include things such as money, nicely written cards, money, sometimes nifty electronic devices, and of course, money. At the end of all of this, we believe that you have earned the right to receive your own parting gift. And we hope that as you look at this bouquet, you remember our wonderful class and how thankful we were to have you as our principal. And with it, we wish you good luck in the future as the principal of Wayne High School, and we encourage you to continue to mold even more and even greater success stories in the 494 you see before you today. Thank you.
Okay, I don't have notes for this. I wasn't ready, but thank you so much. Upon Kamal Bansal salutatorian for the class